Mic check. Wave check. Microwave check.
Turn on your microwave and count to 10.
Turn on your microwave and count to 10. I've never heard that before. Thanks, Ian. I'm going to make sure to remember that. Hey, have you ever used popcorn mode on your microwave?
Let's talk about pizza.
Let's talk about that. Let's Rhett and link it.
Rhett and Link.
Let's do it.
It's been a while since I've seen that show.
Wait, let's do it. Conspiracy theories. Let's talk about it. Da-da-da-da-da. Welcome back to Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah, mic check.
Mic check, wave check. Are we sounding okay?
We sound fantastic. As good as a...
The reason I say that is because my microphone's closer to me than it is to you.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
We sound good now.
You think we sound okay? Like pretty even? Because I don't know if they're actually like picking up the same amount over there.
I think so. Maybe. Talk.
Hello, I'm Ian.
Hello, I'm Ian.
Hi, Ian. How are you doing today?
Quiet. Okay, mic check.
You feel like we're pretty even now?
More so, I believe so.
More so?
Maybe my audio cues are incoherent.
No, if you're... Okay.
It sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, if you want to say so.
All right. I honestly like random clips and crap.
I know,
think
it's more fun. I find it fun.
I think it's fun.
I mean, if I could just take this podcast and cut it up to like 10 minutes, like just the good parts, it'd be successful.
The Joe Rogan clips right there.
Exactly.
Well-
oh, yeah. Oh, you were supposed to do that, didn't I? Upload the video?
Joe Rogan clip. Oh yeah. Let's talk about
Oh,
that.
somebody didn't do it.
Motivation. Okay.
Hey, how many animations did you get done this week?
I got a forklift video up. If you guys would like to see some crazy,
Boy, I swear.
some crazy action.
Hey, I'm expecting 2 this week then.
2? I was doing it to 2 anyway.
Well, because I didn't get any last week is what I'm saying.
Yeah, 2. So 2.
You're expecting 2 this week?
Yeah, 2.
That, off the episode we're filming now?
Yes.
What if we don't say anything? What if we just give up?
Right now?
No.
Okay. We are trying a new lighting today.
We try new lighting every episode.
Yeah.
We try new audio. We try slightly new setup. Actually, wait. To change our setup today, Christmas tree.
Yeah, we have a Christmas.
It's black eyes.
Black eyes.
Black eyes air freshener. Got at the Dollar Tree. $1 right there.
$1.
Oh. I don't want to miss out. It's Christmas now.
Yes, Christmas time.
We made sure that we are filling all of our Oh boy, I see what you're saying about having a big head.
Yeah, these things are very small.
We have Christmas hats.
I can't put this on.
We got Christmas hats from the dollar store. I'm leaving the tag on it because it's part of the aesthetic.
Yes.
You can see right through it, and it feels like as if a little Chinese kid didn't put in all their effort that day.
He probably
Like
wanted to go home.
They came in going, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. At the end of the month or whatever, we will probably like rip these or something or keep them or
Yeah,
rip them.
probably. Or they'll get
Because-
hung to the wall or something weird.
We can nail them to a board and burn them. Killing
Why
Santa.
would we even nail them to a board? Why wouldn't we just use them as fire starter? I don't think they'd last very long.
Hunting Santa Claus.
This does feel like fire starter.
It does. Honestly, these Christmas hats are the cheapest things I've
Maybe
held.
that's why Santa wears the hat.
Because he wants to be burned down.
He's like, just in case I'm cold, I can start a fire real quick.
Oh, maybe that's something I haven't thought about. That sounds like a conspiracy theory to me.
Conspiracy theory.
Oh, it's conspiracy theories?
Today on Ian Says.
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy
Maybe.
theories, that's right.
Yes.
Today, me and Ian have prepared some conspiracy theories.
We have.
We actually have somewhat of a topic today.
We do.
I hope you guys did enjoy last week. Me and Ian thought it was going to be like the worst episode we've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Did you break that thing last week, right?
Yeah, I did.
There's a piece of metal on the floor still.
Really?
I noticed.
I thought I picked it all up.
I didn't want to pick it up. I wanted to leave it.
Okay,
Because I
that's
was like,
okay. It's a
part of-
souvenir.
It's a souvenir. It's sort of like part of it. We keep little pieces rolling around.
We do. You know, I'm going to try something.
Oh, there you go.
There.
Oh, that's cute.
Christmas
Wow.
hat on the mic stand.
Yeah, he's pretty-
We haven't officially started, so
Oh, you can officially start whenever you want.
yeah.
I
So
guess.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ian Says. I am your host, Ian.
And I am your co-host, not Ian,
Yep.
the imposter.
He is the imposter.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
okay.
me and Mason played Among Us last night.
How was
There's
it?
like nobody playing anymore. It's dead.
Really?
And I'm Jake, the producer. Welcome back. I hope you guys did enjoy our little intro there of off the cuff talking and stuff. Well, that rhymed. That was pretty cool.
Off the
By the
cuff?
way, we do have some topics prepared for today, unlike normal. unlike usual, I guess is what I should be saying. What are you looking at?
Okay.
Were you afraid it wasn't recording or something?
The thing isn't going off unless I get really close.
Well, you don't need it to peak
Okay.
per se. I boost it every time. No matter
Okay,
what.
we're good, we're
I'd
good.
rather it not pick up everything going on and as plosives. So I keep it really low and then you boost it a ton in
Oh, okay.
post production.
Okay.
It's better for that. Anybody listening who wants to create a podcast using the sponsor that you just heard.
Yes, Anchor.fm.
Good thing I put the sponsor somewhere in there.
Somewhere.
Oh, we're gonna need to re-record that soon.
Okay.
It's
It's getting boring.
I think so. I want you to do it.
I'll do it. I want to do
Or
it.
we'll do it together. Like
Okay.
I think it'd be fun to do like
Let's
an
do
ad
it.
read together. I'm not gonna say we're gonna do it now, but we will.
I want to do it.
Oh, you want to? Let's do a fake one right now.
Okay.
Or maybe it'll
Let's
take over.
let's start. Let's start.
What are we
Okay.
starting with?
What do you have on your notepad?
Spotify wrapped.
Spotify wrap up.
Spotify Wrapped 2020.
2020.
2020. How many of you had Ian Says at the top of your Spotify
I've seen a
Wrapped this year?
couple.
That is correct. We did have a few because our show is
Yeah.
totally blowing up. I mean, these last couple weeks, I don't think either of us have really been posting much about the show, really.
No, I was kind of originally I was going to, but then I got curious. I'm like, I wonder how many views we will get if we don't.
If we don't,
post it.
yeah, I mean, we do get a little bit more when we do. So we're gonna go back to doing that, I think.
Yes.
Because I was gonna make a clip of something random that we could just post, and I never did that.
I was going to do that as
Me
well.
and you have been
but
so behind the past few weeks.
we
We've
have
just,
been behind.
Time has just been fluttering away,
Yes,
and it's like finally coming back.
It is very slowly. I can't wait for my finals week to be over. But anyway, I wrote down a lot of like random crap I thought throughout the day.
Yeah, I do that a lot too.
Well, this was throughout the week, but yeah.
Like, I'm gonna order you a bunch of Christmas gifts on Wish. You don't even have to order them for me. I'm just gonna order them for you. We're gonna
I'll
unbox
need
them
to
together.
get you something.
I'm gonna order them and forget about it. I'm not even
Yeah?
gonna do it now. I'm just
Okay.
I put a bunch of random things in the cart.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hit order and I'm gonna forget about it. And
Okay.
hopefully they'll get here within the next 3 weeks or whatever it is. It's
Yeah.
gonna probably arrive late.
It probably
so
will.
we're not gonna see our Christmas gifts till the first of the year, I'm sure.
That's all right though. It'll lead to a new year beginning.
New year, new me.
Yeah.
Hey, you have any new goals for next year?
New goals.
I've
I
never
wanna
done that,
read
but I was
more.
thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually don't do it. I usually think it's really stupid, but
I do too, but I want to do something.
I was.
Like, oh boy, that's
Phone's going off.
Phone's going off always, every time. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, gone. Be quiet, son.
Oh, I would like to read a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm already listening to podcasts. I was thinking about buying Audible, so it'll read out audiobooks to you, because I listen to a lot of music and stuff on Spotify.
You know, I just remembered something about that. My brother did tell me I don't think you get 2 books. I think it's 1 book. And besides that, he also said that hot Cheetos aren't overrated, especially when you add cheese to them.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying they're bad, but they're overrated.
But he's just special ed. All right, got it.
You know, someone I had some conversations at work about how they're overrated.
Really?
They're saying Taco Bell is now overrated.
Taco Bell.
I
is not-
unfortunately had made the mistake of trying it because we ran out of peanut butter at home, so I could not pack a lunch for my work.
Oh my
So
God.
I had to get something. So I was like, you know, at the last episode, I talked about how Taco Bell is overrated. I'm going to try it again. And I can still confirm it is overrated, and it's gross.
Taco Bell is over. What'd you get?
This, like, grilled cheese thing.
A
And some-
quesadilla?
No.
I think that's what they call a Mexican grilled cheese.
Is that what it was?
Uh,
I don't know. It had cheese in it.
Did
It was
end
like
with
the
a
menu.
tada?
Potentially. I don't know. I just remember I regret it eating it. and
Well, I'm
buying
sure
it.
you would. I'm sure you weren't looking for laxatives on the go.
You know, I heard a joke. It was like, all Taco Bell, like, orders should come with a roll of toilet paper.
I think you said that last week.
Did I really say that?
Because we brought this up
You
last
know-
week, is why I say that.
Yeah, it's a good
I know,
joke.
it is a good one.
I
It's
like
a
bringing up old
classic.
jokes.
It's the truth
Yeah.
though. It really does deserve something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Spotify rap. How many minutes did you have listened to?
Oh boy, I had over 86,000
80. That is crazy.
or 81 something in there. It was over 80,000 minutes.
Jeez, I had 43,000. I know Logan, he had like 8,000. Colin had like 20 something maybe. I was like, yeah, I listened to so much. And then Jacob comes along, 26 or 86,000.
Yeah,
minutes.
whatever. It's in the 80s. It came out to 61 days, and I sit there and I go, all these people. I'm like thinking that's like nothing. Like I was sitting
Yeah.
there like, oh, it's probably not much. Like maybe like a couple weeks, and then I start seeing everybody else posting it, and then I'm going, whoa. The closest thing I saw was within 20,000. It was like 60,000, and I go, they're like, dang, I listen to a lot, and I go, oh my god, I must be addicted or something. Like I can't just shut it off. Like there always has to be something going on.
Yeah. I usually I'm the same way, but I guess just not to that extent.
No, I know, it's probably a dangerous level. It's like all my life is just music and podcasts through Spotify.
You just let it play throughout the
And
night.
it makes me wonder, how many hours do I spend on YouTube and then like the Apple Podcast app and all these different things?
That's a lot.
Or Audible. And it's like, I'm spending over half of my year just staring at something or listening to something that I have like no input in.
It is weird.
It's like rather than having my own input, I'm listening to somebody else do it for me.
Listening to.
Is that the pure definition of lazy? It's like rather than actually talking to somebody, I'd rather listen to somebody else talking.
Well,
to
not
somebody.
necessarily, because you can learn new information if it's podcast.
That is true, but I feel like it ruins our information skills because then I don't have a reason to ask somebody about it. Like I'll meet someone and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm a water biologist or something, or marine biologist," and I go, "Oh, I heard it on Joe Rogan. I already know all of it."
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
It's sort of like that.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't agree necessarily, but yeah.
I don't know. In my case, I feel that's true.
Yeah. I think that could be broken down as a personality-wise thing, where if you're, like in your case, someone tells you they're a marine biologist, so you're like, I already know all about that.
Yeah, or at least I act like I do.
Yeah.
It's more fun.
I don't.
And then they go, "Oh, this guy's a know-it-all."
Yeah, I don't.
In my head, I'm going, "Wow, I'm just a genius. This is boring."
Yeah. Oh, you study animals? Oh, that's cool. I study my dog.
Actually, I started watching a documentary. Everybody's been talking about this called My Octopus Teacher. And it led me to think, I wonder how many octopuses get stepped on every year.
Like at the beach?
Yeah.
Probably like one.
Yeah, I watched a documentary about a guy going to play with this octopus and study it, and my thought is, his is, I'm making connection, I'm making a friendship. Mine is, I wonder how often they get stepped on. I'm like, my connections in my head are a little broken there or something.
Huh. That's a different way to think about it.
Yeah, and then it made me think, I wonder how often in documentaries they miss a shot.
Oh, probably a lot. You just never know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they could, like, change the narrative.
They could,
and
definitely.
that has to go with my conspiracy theory a little bit.
Oh, your conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I researched some heavily researched a conspiracy theory.
Well, I know you can't say you heavily researched when me and you were texting 3 hours ago saying, "Oh, I need to start doing that."
Yeah.
And I completely forgot. I thought we were going to be doing something else today. And then
really?
all of a sudden you said it, and I go, "Oh, yeah.
I forgot.
We were going to talk about those."
I've just been pushing it off like everything else.
We've been doing it for weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe even months.
It probably could go for about a month.
Yeah, and you were saying that you're doing your school stuff right now.
Yes.
What finals you got going on?
Just 3. Econ one, a math one, and a biology one.
Whoa.
All incredibly boring, but you just gotta power through it.
The way you said that made him sound really interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you sound like you were interested, like a lot, like so heavily that you're like, "Man, I'm so excited for this. When are they?"
One is due Monday, so I have to take it Monday, and then the other 2 are due Wednesday.
You do them over the computer?
Yeah.
What are you afraid of then?
Nothing. It's just the fact of doing it sucks.
How long does it take?
Like 30 minutes.
No way.
It doesn't take very long.
So it's like a high school final?
Yeah, honestly, it might as well be.
Hey, you can start your reading thing, because once it's done, you can be like, "Oh, I still have 30 minutes. I get to read in class. Yay!"
Yeah.
You know, like how they'd always entice you, like, if you finish your test early, you can read.
Yeah,
you go, "Oh my God, I'm going to be done quick. I'm going to read."
So I can read. No, I just go home, fire up some Rocket League.
Well, you don't even need to worry about that. You're already at home.
Exactly. So
You could play Rocket League while you're doing it.
That would probably give me a failing
Every time
grade,
you get
but-
scored on when you're playing goalie, then you're like, "Oh, it's time for me to do a
Yeah.
question." Or sit in a practice and just shoot ball, and every time you miss, and then you got to do one. It might help you. It'll keep you interested.
It could.
Like you'd be shooting back and forth. It'll keep your mind moving.
Speaking of video games, the new PS5 and Xbox Series.
Yep, series.
I think they're so overrated. Did I talk about that?
A little bit. Why now? Did you make new opinions over the
I
past week?
believe so. I can understand the fact that they're at such like what, $399, $400 for PS5, I think, without
No,
$500.
No, it's $499, I think, and then $599 for the disc.
Yeah,
one.
$499 for a console that'll run like AAA titles.
Without a disc drive, so it's
Yes.
all digital. Everything has to be downloaded.
That's
and
how-
yes, you
yeah.
can play every title that's out.
I think that's pretty cool, but I think
Okay,
it's
the
super
Xbox,
overrated.
you could get the cheaper Xbox. That is $299 Plays everything pretty much in 1440p,
That's pretty good. But
all digital.
you know, if you're really like into gaming, like, and you really care about frames and graphics, just buy a PC.
Okay, no, see, that's one thing that always gets on my nerves, is they
Yeah.
always say graphics.
Hmm.
Most people, when you open up a game, you're going to play competitive, which means I'm dropping all the graphics to the lowest settings possible. At which case, the console is going to win then.
You think? Well, it's capped at 60. Well, the TV.
No, the new consoles play at 120.
Oh, you just have to have 120 hertz TV.
Well, you don't have to use a TV, you can use a monitor still.
Oh, true. You get one for like
And on the Xbox, you can plug a mouse and keyboard in usually.
Really?
For most games, yeah.
Oh,
They're kind of like trying to bridge the gap between PC and console.
yeah. But here's the thing: can you open up PowerPoint on your PS5?
Why would I be opening
No,
PowerPoint?
no,
I don't even
not
open
just
PowerPoint on my
PowerPoint.
PC.
No, I'm speaking in terms of like, can you actually use it for anything else other than really gaming and Netflix?
Would I want to do that? No.
Well, what if you need to do your taxes? You can't pull out. Hold on, let me whip out my PS5 and do my taxes.
Well, that's why you have a cell phone.
Don't. That's terrible.
Why? I bet
Actually,
there's a TurboTax app on there right now. Probably
okay.
free.
Maybe. Okay.
Or there might be a tax simulator on the PlayStation.
A tax simulator. There you go.
Yeah.
Pretend to do your taxes while the IRS
Tax
comes after
Filing
you.
Simulator 2021. New DLC. The IRS gets you. $10. Don't file it.
I don't trust employees through the drive-through.
Yeah. Okay. At Taco Bell?
Actually, anywhere.
Anywhere. Okay.
Even in a personal one where you have to hand them your card.
Mm-hmm.
Even sticking the card in the card reader anywhere. I don't trust it.
What does the card reader have to do with this?
I just feel like it's going to steal my card.
That's what you're afraid of, is the card reader.
That not the card reader itself, but the aspect of using the card.
I thought you were
pay
going to
for
say
something.
you don't trust them because they can't make your food right.
Oh.
Okay,
no.
so you don't like using your card.
I don't like handing my card to other people,
Give them
especially in a
cash.
drive-through.
Give them cash.
Yeah, but that means I have to go to the bank and withdraw it, and
Well, then you must not be that scared of it if you're
yeah,
not
that's just
willing to
it's just a thought that always crosses my mind whenever I hand my card over.
every time.
Pretty much.
I did have that at first. Like my first purchase with a card was a record player and a record.
Oh, really?
And I got freaked out at Best Buy.
Because you had to hand the card over?
No, I did it through the machine, and I'm freaking out the whole time, going, "Oh my god, I can't see the money."
Where's the
And
money
at this
going?
point, we just went to the dollar store. I just bought a hat and that with a credit card that I'm gonna have to pay off.
Yeah.
So I technically bought a crappy Santa hat. Oh, and some Fortnite stickers because those are cool,
That was a mistake.
and some smelly trees
and a Christmas tree.
on credit.
Yeah.
If that doesn't tell you how well life's going right now, then I don't know what does.
The stuff you can do on a credit card. It's crazy.
Well, you can do it with anything.
Yeah. Also, I thought of this.
What'd you think?
So if you're like bummed out about like going to work,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're like, dang it, I have to go to work.
Just say
like,
the opposite.
I get to go to work.
Yay, I'm going to work now.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, and you look at all the people that are also on their way to work, and you go like, "Oh, look how mad he is. I ain't that mad at least."
Yeah. So just like, put a positive.
Look at the
spin
bright
on
side?
it. Pretty much, yeah.
Is that it? That's your only tip?
That was it. That was
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Just do that, and everything will be okay.
Your problems will be solved.
Or you just go, maybe just be like, I like to fit in. I just want to exist. Just
Yeah.
exist.
Just exist. Just float by. Skate
It's like
by.
a really scary existential crisis where you're like, I'm just existing right now, and I'm not going anywhere.
That's could have said.
I know, but it's fun.
It's
like
comfortable.
Because it's like, oh, I can do something about it then. That's the fun part about it.
Oh.
Because when you're like sad or whatever, you're like, you might not think about it, but you're like, oh, why am I angry today? Actually, why am I angry to go to work? And you're like, oh, I really don't like it. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I should do something about that. So it's sort of like a sign that we just skip. And for me, just put on Spotify and then forget that you even felt that.
Yeah. That's true. You could, just throw on Spotify. It's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
Your brain wants everything to
I'm
be comfortable.
sitting comfy and clean.
Yep. I had another random idea. A walkie-talkie that gives you an accent. Which you could take that a step further and say whenever you pick up the phone, there's like a list of accents, and you click it, and it gives you an accent.
Hello.
Yeah. So as you talk through it, you talk normally, but then it gets transformed into the The electricity.
The electricity
can't think.
and the ions and the positive and negatives and some neutral neutrons and
And
ions
yeah,
and
all that stuff. It goes through the phone, through the cell towers,
Yeah.
and somewhere along the way, it gets switched over to like
it's
a
not on,
British accent.
So you're telling me it's not happening on the phone, which could do it. It's being sent to somebody else
No.
randomly across the line. Like it just gets sent. It's like,
No,
do you hit it
no,
before you make the call,
yeah.
or is it while you're making the call?
While you're making the call,
it's going,
it goes on the
"Ee."
phone. It's like an app. It'll change
Oh, yeah.
it'll change the accent you have.
Yeah, just
That's a reinvention.
Just
Yeah.
the accent.
Just the accent.
Oh, not like the deepness or anything.
Well,
just,
if you wanted, but if you want it to sound more
Hey,
authentic, you just change the accent.
I think it would sound a little like Siri when you put like an accent on her and they just kind of like add an E at the end of
Yeah.
something, or like, hey, you know. Like,
Hey, mate.
that's what they do to your voice is they just stretch certain words out. To make
Yeah,
the
it
accent.
ends up sounding terrible.
Yeah, you just sound like you have downs.
Yeah. Anyway, so our general topic, I guess, is
Our general
5G towers.
5G.
I mean, no.
Oh, that's
that
what
was
you brought here today. Is
no. I have a big list of different stuff. Conspiracy theories, and my first one that popped up on this website I found
5G doesn't
is
exist.
5G, blaming 5G for coronavirus. That's one of them.
What?
Yeah, apparently that's a conspiracy theory.
My top one. Chuck E. Cheese is. I'm just kidding. I'm
No,
not doing
I was
Chuck E.
gonna
Cheese
say,
again.
oh my gosh.
I do have something about Chuck E. Cheese on here,
Really?
but it is for a different episode.
Oh, I'm excited to hear
It
that
is
one.
very. I went digging so deep for about 3 minutes to find something I was looking for.
Really?
And it's about Chuck E. Cheese, and I'm gonna surprise you with it on a different episode because it is some big news. It's gonna be an extravagant event. It's gonna be for like a special edition episode. I
Really?
think. Yeah.
Don't let me forget about it.
Well, I don't. I want you to forget about it so that I surprise you.
Okay,
with
don't
it.
forget about it.
Yeah,
so I'll
you
forget
forget about it.
Okay.
Don't even worry about it, baby.
Don't stress. All right. So, would you like to go first, or would you like me to go
You
first?
can go for.
Okay.
I got yours. I don't want to spoil mine yet.
Okay.
I want to hear what you got for
So
me.
this is blaming 5G for coronavirus. Somehow, I think they think that since these 5G towers are just coming out now, and cell phones are now just utilizing 5G technology, that somehow it has caused coronavirus within our bodies, and it is wiping out the population. So you can just tell from that. That's crazy.
Wait. Do you know the fact this? When did they first like unleash the 5G?
This was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's just now like becoming like mainstream.
See,
really.
that's what I'm saying is like if they want to use that as like their point, they're gonna have to have like a date. Like, oh, this is when 5G started, and then this is when coronavirus. Cause,
Exactly. Yeah.
and
doesn't
then it would
line up.
follow along. But if they start saying it now, I think that's a little too late.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it must have been started by like a meme or like some anti-vax or something.
Yeah, so you got some information on it though?
more information on it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. It
There's
just
no
sums
facts
it
there.
up.
That's all it is. It was just an idea.
Well, there's like a whole big paragraph I could read.
Oh, no, we don't want you to just read.
Yeah, see, then it's kind of
Okay,
Oh,
what's
they
your
use
opinion
Bill
on it
Gates
then?
as a scapegoat.
Ooh.
Have you heard
How
that
long
one?
did you have to? How long did you think that it was a scapegoat before you went scapegoat, or did you always know that? I always thought it was a scapegoat.
Escape. I always knew it was scapegoat.
I always thought it was a scapegoat until I heard somebody say it one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or I read it somewhere and I go,
Wait,
kind
that's
of-
not right.
it's like, what kind of scheming, legendary wordsmith put this here? You know, like I was telling you about earlier, how I didn't know that the word several meant not
Yeah,
seven.
not seven.
I'm sitting there in class and I go, hey, teacher, there's not 7 cubes here.
There's 7 sides to a cube.
I was like, hey, this cube doesn't have
6.
several sides. There's 6. Jacob, did you know several doesn't mean 7? And from that day, I have been broken.
Yeah, I can see that. That's
And so
disappointing.
5G is giving me coronavirus.
Also,
We have 5G in this house right now.
yeah, or getting coronavirus.
Are you sure?
No.
Can you test me now?
Logan was he found this one Instagram page that I think it got
boy.
removed. It was like so far out there. He or whoever was running the Instagram account was basically, this was one of their theories that they were like pushing. It was the vaccine for COVID is, or something, some sort of vaccine, I think with COVID is containing more like magnesium or something that will conduct more electricity from the 5G towers.
What would be the point of that?
Yeah, it's so weird.
I thought you were gonna say about the ones we're talking about where Bill Gates putting little robots in them.
That as well. That's another whole one.
What else are they vaccinating us with then?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't understand the whole thing where like people are like, "Oh, don't get a coronavirus vaccine." Which personally, I think if you don't want to get a coronavirus vaccine, I don't really see why you'd have
Yeah,
to.
how about we just every other person gets it?
Yeah, just wait till there's enough where you don't really need to get one. It's not.
I don't think it works like that.
No, I'm talking about like herd immunity.
Herd immunity? Well, yeah,
We're
just
already
die
on
off.
that path
Yeah,
anyway.
it's like just reproduce, die, and then your kids will be okay. That's
Yeah.
more important.
I mean, there's basic biology 101. or
Basic
something.
biology
I
101.
don't know.
The meaning to life is to protect our kids
Protect
from
the
5G
children.
and coronavirus.
Yes.
It's a new meaning nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, I don't understand the like people freaking out. I don't know if it's still a thing. We already talked about
Are you
this. but
freaking out about it?
No, I think it's stupid. Like putting a chip inside of like a vaccine or something.
What do you think they would even do with the chip would do?
How does it get power? How does it run? How does it work?
Well,
Like,
yeah, what would it do? Like, I could get
location maybe. I
locate.
don't
It would
know.
just take your location. It just goes, I'm
Supposedly.
here right now.
See, what's the point of that though? Everyone carries
Okay.
their phone in their pocket.
How does the chip that you put in like an animal's neck work?
I don't know. That's a good thought.
Because I don't know what there's power or what that like an RFID sensor needs like just a very small amount of power.
Maybe it's
Does that
just
mean you got like a
lens.
watch battery in your neck?
Probably, yeah. That mean you, if it ever breaks you, it would explode, or it'd burn a hole in your skin.
Burns up. So it goes, hey, time to change the battery.
Yeah, you just
You're
get a
all gone.
melting
The Santa
hole
hat
in
lights
it.
up on
Yeah.
fire.
Get a melting hole in your skin. I read somewhere. Well, as you all know, good things start from when you say, "As I read somewhere," without any sources. That's
That usually means that's a good source.
yes, definitely. That like if you don't get a coronavirus vaccine, whenever they become out to the public, that you like can't go places nationally and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, it would make sense.
Wait. You get the vaccine. That means you can't leave your house?
No. If you don't get it, that means you can't travel nationally,
Okay.
or maybe
How
even,
are they going to keep track of that?
I don't know. That's just somewhere that I
No.
read.
That's the thing. It's like, do they track us when we get our other vaccines then, do you think?
I don't know.
Like,
actually.
say you're like, I
don't-
get my HPV vaccine.
I know for school they
Yeah,
did.
they do it there, but does the government track it then?
I don't know actually.
Because if they put a mandate on the coronavirus one, then they'd have to do it to all of them. Because
Yeah,
you
only
know,
the-
there's the anti-vaxxers. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want my kid to be autistic.
Any vaccines at all?
Yeah, all of them make you autistic.
I think
What's
yeah.
the coronavirus going to make you then?
Dead.
Dead.
Actually, just sick. That's
Just
it.
sick.
And then you're fine in a couple days.
Whoops, gave you the flu shot again.
I've never gotten a flu shot.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Yeah, it's just
It's like, why not make a vaccine then? You're telling me you can make a vaccine for everything but the flu? Oh, coronavirus comes around. Oh, we'll make a vaccine for that.
the excuses. Well, the flu changes. Well, so does coronavirus. What?
Well,
that
what's-
means a new vaccine for
Well,
the
that
same
means
sickness.
polio
every-
changes too then. How about that? I want to get a polio vaccine every year. I want to get a vaccine for everything.
Yeah.
I want to get one for sleeping. They'll be like, hey, you want to quit
You
sleeping?
wanna sleep,
Here's
correct?
Here, take a thing that'll make you stop sleeping. You just stay up all night.
Yeah. You
Like,
want
dude, I'm the most efficient I've ever been.
to? I've been stuff for 3 weeks.
It's nice. I
Yeah.
really like this.
Would you like to go for your next one?
Well,
Your
wait, was that really all you had?
No. I have a whole nother like big scheme one.
Okay, so you have other theory.
Yes.
Okay, because when you said you like worked so hard and then you just pulled up a single web page and said there's a paragraph. What website was that even?
That was Cornell Alliance for Science.
Okay, so he's talking Cornell University, I
Yeah,
guess.
Cornell.
Your weakling
Well, this is all
information.
myths.
I went to Wiki for mine because it's the quickest place to find a list of conspiracy theories. And I found the one that sounded most interesting to me, even though I said I was going to do the most outlandish one. This
Yeah.
one made the most sense to me and had the most connection. False history. False theory. Well, I hope those sound effects were cool.
Enticing.
Enticing, right?
Oh, you didn't add this? Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I can't add the sound effects now.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have a cell phone sending its signal that way to come back and do all that.
Change your accent with
all
the
that
cell
jazz.
phone.
It's XM. You don't even know how
Yeah.
it works. Okay. Bum. Good thing I can't really read my own handwriting. Okay, so in this theory, what they're trying to say is that a lot of history, like dates and times and things like that, have been deliberately distorted. So
just changed completely.
yes, like
Why?
so. For example, the person that kind of brought this up, it called it phantom time hypothesis, or this was his idea. His name was Heribert Illig. In 1991, he posted something between 614 and 911 AD. There was not enough evidence present to say that that amount of time had jumped.
Yeah.
Like they from doing excavations and everything, saying that those couple hundred years were like nothing happened. Like it went so quickly
It's
that
like
it
a
doesn't make
gap?
sense. Yeah, so like they gapped it and were like cutting pieces out of time because they wanted to be in a certain time period or
Wait,
make
the-
it make sense.
The people in that time or the
Yeah,
archaeologists?
the people in that time. Like I do have something here. Where is it? Okay, so Pope Sylvester II wanted to be alive at a different millennium or something. So he cut out like 297 years so he could be there for it.
Really?
And he like made sure all these people, because he's the Pope. Technically, back then the popes were in charge of pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Like it was weird. Like they were the kings over the king in a way. Like they could convince the king to do anything. Really. I mean, there was like Martin Luther and all that back then in those days, and they all these religious stuff was controlling everything. So he wanted to be alive during this other time. I didn't do too much research into it, but he wanted to be alive in this other time. So he convinced them all to change all these things in order to do that. And then
weird.
to go upon with that, I started looking more into this. And certain things, like you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Yes.
I've looked into that before. You know, like
That
where,
was
where
really
people
weird.
say, "Luke, I'm your father," when that's not at all what he says. He says, "No, I'm your father," and where people think it's all these things.
Yeah, Luke, that one like throws me off.
You for sure. If anybody's listening to this and they've never heard the Mandela effect, look it up. There's some good videos on this stuff.
Yeah.
Or like, so then I just started getting sidetracked and started looking into things like Van Gogh's ear. He did not cut it off to give to a lady of a night. His friend cut it off with a fencing rapier, and that was his thing for saying what happened or whatever. Or you have somebody like Columbus, and everybody goes, "Oh, he was trying to prove that the Earth was round," but that had nothing to do with what he was doing. He was trying to find the fastest way to India and then back in order to bring all the spices and goods
That's
and
why
everything.
they called them Indians.
Exactly. And then he accidentally, because he's terrible at doing everything he did, accidentally drove everybody across the ocean into the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's hefty.
I just moved around from like four
3,
different things
yes.
going on there. That
But-
was not at all really me trying to prove anything.
No.
But I do really heavily agree with the thing saying like there's
history
all
changed?
yeah, there's like how much time has really happened between like the Romans and now? So like imagine that you're like, oh, that was like 2,000 years ago or whatever, but it really could have only been like 1,000. Like
I mean-
everything up until the moment you were born, what before that was actually true?
I don't know. I don't know how you
There's
even
no way-
trace that
nothing-
stuff back and
Yeah,
prove it.
there's no way to prove that anything happened before you were born.
Well, except for the people before that, and then the people before that.
You
and
can't
then
trust all those people.
it
Though.
got-
How many things
I
get
could
messed
see.
up?
I could see maybe some.
You know, like how the
numbers being changed
winner,
around.
the winner of the war writes history. So how many times in the past, things that were actually true were just written over or
Just
removed?
changed a bit?
Yeah, just change it just
Yeah.
a little bit. Change it by a minute and see what happens.
That's weird. Do you know what you have to do for that?
What?
Is you have to be faster than light speed. Go away from the Earth, so
Yeah.
many light years away, and then look back at it, and then you will literally see, like in the past.
What?
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, you
In which
literally see-
direction?
just in away from the Earth.
If I go away from the Earth, I'm going to be seeing what's happening now, but at a further time away.
You'd have to be going faster than light. I
You're
think.
telling me if I fly fast enough, I can see the past.
Yes.
So seeing the past is all about speed. It's
Well,
not
no, no, no,
relativity.
It's about being faster than the light.
No, I
You
think
you also need some like insane telescope.
yeah,
but
I mean, I think it's your relativity and position and time in the universe. It's not how fast you're going. You can't just see the. I kind of understand what you're saying now. So
It's-
I
okay,
need to
it's-
travel. Wait. I need to travel to a far enough point
Uh-huh.
where the light emitted from the Earth hasn't hit there yet,
Yes,
in order to see what that time traveling and rippling through space.
sort of.
I think
It's-
that's what you'd call a wormhole.
Are you sure? We're okay. Say you have the Earth here, right? The light.
Yes.
The light is going
It's
away from the Earth.
yes. And how far is it right now? Let's just say this is.
It's just this far, and it's
Yeah,
slowly
and
going.
I'm gonna have
so
to
now you
travel
have
here.
to go faster than the light
I'm gonna have to-
and past it,
and
and then
then
somehow
turn
have
around.
some insane magical telescope that looks back at the Earth to capture that light, which is what you will be seeing of the past.
Yes.
So that's how you'd see what's in the past. I think. I could just be completely making this up.
I'm kind of putting together what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
But I think that's what they call wormhole, where it's like you can see through that. Like,
that's weird.
Instead of having to actually travel all that way, you're looking through all that time.
Oh, it's like the folding the paper. Okay, I know
Yes,
what
you're folding the paper, and that's
and
what
then
it's
you punch
doing.
a hole through it, and then you can see through the past. That's weird.
You're seeing the other time. So time is distance. So if the Earth quit moving, we'd freeze.
If the
You ever
Earth
thought about
quit
that?
moving,
If the universe quit expanding, and everything would just
what's it
quit
expanding
moving,
into?
what do you think it's expanding
I
into?
don't know.
What could be expanding into anything?
I
We
don't
could
know.
be a cell inside of an organ of a body, of an even bigger being. Earth
We're
could
in
be
a house.
Earth could be a cell traveling through a giant's body, and we're just an even smaller cell inside of that. We're like the atoms to it. We bind with each other and we separate and move around between one another and create these connections. And then there's these other little things even smaller than that fighting us inside. So our cells
Interesting.
could be little humans, and inside those cells are even smaller little humans.
Inception.
Exactly.
You know what you need for that?
What?
Is you need to go faster than light and then a giant telescope.
To look even further, like, so I'm gonna go even further far away, and I'm gonna look closer forward into, like, let's just say Hitler's mustache, so I can
Yes.
see what's on it. So I'm traveling 500 million light years away, looking
Yeah.
back at Earth to look at the 1940s, to look inside his mustache, to be like, oh, he had a flu that day.
Yes.
He's like, that's where coronavirus was at that
Yeah,
time.
that's where coronavirus really came from.
That was,
that
that was pretty intense.
That was very intense.
Interesting. Okay.
And
Well,
then, so that was the
yeah.
rewritten history one.
Yeah.
After that, was that the Mandela effect after that? What was after that?
Well, I mean, to go along with it was phantom time hypothesis. If you want to look more into it, that was the guy that kind of proposed the sort of the idea to get that going. He kind of sparked it, and then the Mandela effect is kind of like something like that. To
That
go
one's
along with
cool.
it, where like we change time a little bit, or our perception isn't what we think it is. Like we change it to be something else.
Like, it just smells like fire in here.
They might have one going upstairs.
Oh, that smells good.
Maybe that's why my nose is running slightly. And then
we need hot chocolate next time.
oh my
Sorry,
God.
go ahead.
That is true. We do. That is part of the atmosphere for Christmas. Each episode we add something.
Yes, so we have the Christmas tree. Okay, go ahead.
So that's what I'm saying is like with the for example,
The Mandela effect.
yeah, to go along with that, like the Luke, I'm your father thing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had to have said that or messed up accidentally saying that in something we've watched or heard.
It had to be someone big too.
So imagine like they said it like that in like Family Guy or something.
Yeah.
And how many people have watched that? So then that becomes the reality.
And reference to it. Yeah.
And even though we have the actual piece of evidence or reference piece, we're referencing something else that's talking about it.
wrong.
Like how you were talking last week about Titanic, and
Yeah.
you've never seen it. You were like talking about Family Guy,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's my only reference of it. So how many other things do we experience all the time and we talk about, or talking about the past? Like we talk about, let's just say like the Civil War or something, where every time they always go, Abraham Lincoln did it to free the slaves. No, he didn't. He didn't care if they were freed or not. He wanted the country to be united. It had nothing to do with slavery. If he freed half of them and half the states had it and half the states didn't, he would have been fine with that. Like I read about that earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so either way, we have all these things that we're told or we think or we read, or everything is pretty much an opinion at this point. Like what is truly factual that we can base today off of?
It's a lot harder to find facts. Misinformation spreads a lot easier, especially in today's times.
And then you read multiple different misinformations and then you put a little piece of each together, whatever is the most believable part of each, and that's what you take and keep.
It's kind of like you have to like sift through the biases and everything. And it's okay. So you know, like what was it called? Like tracing paper. How it's like real thin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if you have like tracing paper and you have like different like lines and stuff scattered on it to kind of form an incomplete picture on each one of them. So you kind of have to like line them up and kind of figure it out and see what fits best, I guess.
Yeah, like you got to put different pieces together and hope one of them has something a little more correct than the other, and you kind of shift them in there. And
Yeah, it's it's really hard to
It is quite,
find facts without bias.
yeah, it's
Actually
complex.
very.
Well, I mean, you can't really say something that you believe in or think about without putting your opinion into it.
Yeah, that's
And
human nature.
people prefer that too, like they like it.
With your yes, yeah,
Like, I don't make my own opinion a lot of times. Like, I'll just watch a video and I'll go, "Oh, that's how that product is."
all like iPhone reviews.
Yeah, like you'll look at that and you might go, "Oh, I have a Samsung. I prefer this. Look at this review. They said it's terrible."
Yeah,
But then if you watch a different guy, he'll be like, "Dude, this is the greatest phone I've ever had," and you go, "Well, maybe it is a little better than I thought."
yeah.
But you're never actually experiencing it or getting hands on with it, so you don't have a real opinion. How can we have an opinion on something that we've never had or done?
You base it off other people's experience. That's
And
what the
that,
reviews are.
that means you have no anything.
Solid.
There's no evidence there.
If you gain enough reviews, like that's why you trust an Amazon product with over 1,000 reviews that are 5-star versus
Do you trust
one.
all those reviews? What if all those
Trust
reviews?
most of them.
What if most of them had no comment? It was just somebody just threw a star rating. Like the Echoes all the time. They'll always go. They'll always have like a little flash or like a notification. Recently, you ordered 3 HDMI cables. How many stars would you give them? I'll just go. I don't know, 5. No, thank you. Doesn't ask for any message or anything. You just throwing stars on things.
Yours really? That does that? That's weird. I get asked to review on Amazon. Usually I don't do it unless it's terrible, and I just leave a 1 star with a terrible, nasty review because I wasted my time and money on it. But
See, and that's the thing a lot of people don't do.
just buy it or review.
You put an actual review.
Yeah,
Like all those 5 stars, they'll be like, nice, got it on time, I liked it.
got it.
There's no review there. You're just looking at the star and you're going, okay, so there's 5 reviews out of these 5,000 that are actually real reviews.
Well, usually there's more than 5, but if there were just 5, it would be more difficult to trust it.
It's like, how much do you need in that review? It's like, do I want to know the specs or do I just want to know how it worked on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah,
Like I'm ordering a vacuum and I want to know, oh, is it reliable? Does it pick up big things? Okay. Or it's like, ooh, maybe I want to know it picks up this certain thing or whatever. It's like you kind of need that
well,
specialized.
yeah, and if you do have the 5 reviews that are good and then like everything else is bad, well, you have the insurance. If it's Amazon, you can return it.
Yeah, most places you can return it.
Yeah, I guess that would be like an insurance type thing.
And that means that you can't trust the news.
We went all
I
over the
started
place.
thinking about once we start right there as you were saying that, I was like, wait, where do we start here? And I couldn't tie it back.
I
quick
don't
enough.
know either. Something about news and biases and
You're
wild
biased.
stuff.
How biased are you?
How biased am I? It depends on what we're talking about.
See, I think we should all be extremely biased in our own opinion, though.
See, I think people are already like that, but then when it comes to what?
Sorry.
Oh,
I accidentally did that with my mouth. I
That's
don't know what
okay.
I did.
that happens to me too sometimes. I
Like-
hate it.
It's like when I'm talking, or with the fire, it kind of builds up, like, I don't know, my nasal cavity or whatever it is, my sinuses or something are very small and, like, taken up by my teeth, which are terrible. So then, like, when there's fire or something, like, it just, like, builds up all this water in my mouth. If I keep talking, it does
yeah.
that too.
I hate when sometimes I like actually like it's weird. Like my teeth like glaze over each other, and it's like nails on a chalkboard. It makes me want to punch my mouth.
Oh, just the right amount. You don't even, you're just relaxing all of a sudden. It
I know.
just slides.
It just makes me want to like jam my teeth out and
You
rip them
start
out.
punching yourself in the
Yeah.
face. You go, stop doing that.
It's so annoying.
Like
I
you're trying
hate
to train yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like how to train your dragon.
it. Punch yourself in the face.
You punch yourself in
Yeah.
the face.
What were we talking? Oh, people extreme biases.
Yeah.
Well, that's already. I think that's happening. I think now it's more of there's not even going to be common ground with people's opinions. I have more of a specific example for that.
Okay. Well, wait. Listen to this though.
Go ahead.
A lot. I know we've talked about this a few times, where how us younger people are very influenced by our influencers and the next generation.
Yeah.
Or the past generation, I guess you'd say. And like a political is where you've seen all this stuff going on. And a lot of it, we really don't have an opinion in it. It's kind of like we've just been taught or we've been in a certain area where that's the normal thing to do. And we aren't actually fighting over anything that we care about. We're just fighting for an opinion of somebody else.
I can understand. I understand what
You kinda
you're
get what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It's like people don't actually think about what that stands for.
Yeah,
They're
like,
just like F Trump or F Biden or something.
yeah, and they it's like maybe they have one point that aligns with the other guy. And the other guy, there might be a one there, but they're just fighting for or against the other guy just because somebody else they know is too. Or the person they live with is doing it. Or they're like, I want to go against my parents.
Yeah,
How
that's a
many
big one. I
people
think.
are
Yeah.
actually voting for somebody that aligns with them in any way?
I honestly don't. Well, speaking for this election specifically, um,
I think this time there was like,
there's not really much other choices, really.
well, yeah,
No,
there's
that's the
it's not,
thing.
yeah, I know there's not other choices, but it seems like I didn't see many people fighting for their like reasons. It just seemed they wanted to fight each other over the person that's there. Like it was only the person.
Yeah,
They've done this or they did that. Well, every president's done this or did that. If they did it publicly or not, well, there's that, and that's it. There's just like they're just basing it off of small pieces of information that they've heard, and they have no like they didn't see this person do this. They didn't hear this person actually do this, and they're just basing it off of these little pieces that they've seen on the internet or they heard a friend say at school.
yeah. Clips out of context is a huge thing. as well.
Completely, yeah, 100%. Like all over, everything's taken out of context.
Who can frame the other guy more poorly?
Yeah, I
pretty
think
much.
I think we're just having a lot more fun. Like it's more fun to just argue with people.
Yes, people get a adrenaline rush out of causing debates and arguments, especially ones that aren't like civil in any way. Going back to the political biases, it's becoming more and more polarized between both sides to the point where there's going to be no common ground really at all.
See, I've been kind of like I started noticing. Well, I know I don't really fit in either of them really, so I don't care about it very much because of that reason. And now I just lost my train of thought. Oh, nards.
Political polarization.
Okay, so we really shouldn't be picking a side ever because it's like, oh, this party aligns to my point of views,
Yeah.
but you should never completely trust the government.
That's the end. That you're right on that.
That
one.
is true. That's what I was trying to say. Is you shouldn't be just like, I want him in just because he's part of my party. You should go, I don't even care if he's in my party or he has the same views. I shouldn't completely trust him
Don't
to the point that
completely
I
trust the
want him there.
Yeah.
The only person that you should trust to do that for you is yourself.
Yeah.
And if it's really that polarizing, or you have this, hello, what's up, grandfather?
Are you still doing it? I was supposed to sneak in
Why?
because I wanted to see it done.
Okay, I suppose if
Are
you,
you still at it?
yeah,
Well, I've got to be quiet.
okay, I, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way of interrupting a conversation. I like it. Keep up the good work. Where was I?
Political polarization.
Political polarization. So technically, you shouldn't completely align yourself with a single party or an idea unless you're the one doing it and putting it forward for somebody else to agree
Which is
with.
not a lot of Americans.
No,
or
no,
people.
no. They're not willing to actually step up and take that chance and to prove what they want to change is right or what is wrong should be changed. They'd rather push it onto somebody else because they've been told to do that or they see
Yeah.
their friends doing it.
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes from upbringing as well. From when someone is what household they're raised in, their beliefs and their parents' beliefs get passed on really easily. And then there can be the other case of rebelling, like, oh, I hate my parents, so I'm going to do the exact opposite of what they say.
You're like, I want to vote for the other guy.
Yeah,
or I don't care
pretty
about what
much
they
like
say.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, so a lot of people are doing that and sticking to that like point or way. And I like to tie it back to what we were saying earlier with the past. So then all these people are like pushing all those past pieces out or they're bringing in these new pieces of evidence that weren't really there. And then all of a sudden you have yet another side to it. And then there's really nowhere to go. And then you're kind of just lost unless you were there
yeah.
at that time.
Just end point. Just don't trust the government.
That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? Correct? You said yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I think that was true with the conspiracy theories, at least.
yeah. That was a good bit. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I can bring up some more stuff here. I did
Yeah,
write
did
some
you
other
have
things
anything
down.
else down?
Yeah, I did write some other things
I
this
think I
week.
had maybe one more.
So,
thing.
I did want to bring this up too.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been trying to consistently stick with certain fitness goals. As we were talking about earlier, going into the new year, we want to have some more goals and everything. So
Mm-hmm. Fitness goals, yeah.
yeah, one major goal of mine right now is I'm really trying to stick with like being in a nice intermediate category where I'm like trying to use the Apple Watch and everything. They give you a new goal every month where it's kind of random and they're kind of like trying to push you into different directions. Like some months it's like try and do your exercise ring double the amount or get an extra 10 minutes of exercise each week.
Like push yourself, yeah.
Yeah, kind of pushing yourself in a different direction. I've been kind of trying to like stick with doing that as well as what I normally do. Because, you build up the routine and you get used to it. Like when you're doing your planches and everything, you're trying to work on that, work on your upper body and everything to make sure you can do it.
Yeah.
But at some point, you're going to notice I'm not getting sore anymore, and I don't notice any improvement. And it's kind of like you need to change up a little bit of a thing. So,
Switch it up.
yeah, like sometimes it'll be like, one of them that threw me off was like, get 200 miles in the month. And it's like, oh, well, I kind of fell off running a little bit. And it's like, oh, I forgot I was doing that. And it kind of got me going again and getting in that direction. It's kind of nice and keeps you moving a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And like, how have you been working out for getting your planches and everything? What have you been doing for that?
Like the specific exercises?
Yeah.
So one of them is a planche hold, where basically you're in basically a push-up state, but you have your arms turned around, so where your wrists are facing forward.
That just reminded me.
What?
People can check this out if they go to the TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Ian just did make a TikTok finally.
Yeah,
that we've been talking about for
yeah.
2 months.
First one I've ever actually like made without like the
Yeah,
animation thing.
normally he just does animations for the
Yeah.
TikTok and the Instagram. but
Technically, it wasn't even me; it was Jacob who did it. So.
yeah, I did most of it, and then I showed him how to do it the right way.
Yeah. So you keep your wrist outwards, and then you're in a push-up position. And you lean forward, and then you just lean as far forward as you can to the point where you almost collapse, and you just hold it as long as you can.
Okay.
I feel the most working out like the muscle is my lats, a little bit shoulders too,
yeah, I
but
get what
mostly
you're saying.
lats. And then another one is where you do it a little bit wider than a normal push-up, and then you just lean forward and you do push-ups like that. So another wide one to work your lats, back, shoulders, and then there's the like L hold, I think, where you hold on to a pull-up bar, and then you just bring your legs up and form an L.
Okay,
You
I
just
get what
hold
you're
it.
saying. You're pulling your legs up straight, holding them outwards, and then
Yeah.
from that point, do you ever do like pull-ups on
Yeah,
top of it?
yeah.
'Cause I
Once
know
you be
that
able
will
to hold
kill
it,
you.
it will kill you. Yeah. So those are just some of them, I think.
You still going to the YMCA?
No, I'm working out with a buddy, me and my brothers actually.
Yeah.
So
Is that helping you out a lot there
yeah,
too?
yeah, it's fun because instead of listening to music on your headphones,
You have somebody
can
yelling
blast
at
music.
you.
Yeah,
You just have someone yelling at you, going back
it's
and forth
fun.
for a while.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's fun. So
It helps keep them goals going.
pretty much
So, as we've been sitting here, have you been thinking about your goals for next year yet?
for next year, just the same.
Just the
There
reading
might
one?
be one that I'll think of later. Maybe we'll have to somehow clip it into the podcast.
Just maybe.
Yeah, I'll just record like the audio and it'll be completely different. We'll clip it at the end, but yeah, pretty much. I think read a little more. Yeah, that's all I have. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I might add that one too.
Yeah,
Do
read a little more.
I think we should add that to the podcast then. Maybe like once a month or something, even
read
if
a
it's just
book.
through Audible or wherever we're listening to it. Maybe we'll add that as like a thing at the end of the month or whatever. We go through a book and we kind of discuss a little bit and get more into it.
Okay.
I think that could be interesting.
I have the first book idea.
What's your
I don't
book?
know what it's called, but
I
yeah.
don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
What
because
is it?
I use Logan's Kindle, and every time I open it, it goes right to the page, so I don't see the cover that often. Oh, The Courage to be Disliked.
The Courage to be the
Courage to be Disliked.
Sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
It's more. It's like a philosophical book, like philosophy. It's pretty good.
I know those
so.
are always really interesting because it's like a lot of people go into those thinking that they're going to change their lives reading this book or something, but really you're going to take a piece out of it, and
Little
that's
segments,
it. You can
quotes.
read the whole book and just remember one little segment,
Yeah.
and that's all you need.
Yeah, the cool thing is there's a feature where it lets you highlight stuff, and you can see what other people highlighted. So like it'll show you like a quote that is like a lot of people
yeah.
highlight it. Like 1,500 people just highlighted this. So you can save that and then go back to it. And I think you can get a lot more out of that by looking at some of the quotes. I think it
think
helps you bring back
To
the
go with
memories.
that, then, if you notice that a lot of people are like circling that or outlining it, you can go online to forums or something and have
Yeah.
like a discussion with somebody about it.
Yeah.
And you're like, I like this book. I like the way the author talked about doing this to improve their efficiency. But I kind of think if you did a little bit more like this, or you find someone else that says something like that, and you're like, oh, that makes more sense. Now I can kind of get what they're saying.
Yeah, I think we'll have to do that then, and then we can talk about it in person and
Yeah.
not on like Reddit
That'll
or
be
something.
perfect. I'm sure that will happen before we get our products in from Wish.
Probably, yeah. That'll probably take weeks,
Your
especially
gifts,
since it's Christmas.
Your gifts are going to be perfect for you. They're totally what you're wanting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I might have to get something too then, something random. But
Yeah. Make dollar store creations. We'll
Yeah.
go back. I'll bring you a bunch of more Fortnite stickers and slap them all over
we'll
you.
have to do a bonfire video for those.
Bonfire video, so we can.
Those will be the
light-
fuel.
You want to light them on fire, don't
Yeah,
you?
I do.
I'm so dishonored.
That's all
I
right.
spent a whole $1 on them. maybe
was
even
a
some
waste.
change.
You could have bought a McDonald's ice cream with that.
McDonald's ice cream. Well, you got to make sure the McDonald's knows how to keep the ice cream machines running.
Oh, they're broken. That's right.
Yeah, you got to go to McBroken.com to figure out if they're working or not.
Yeah, see what ones are broken.
I've never been to a McDonald's and said, "Can I get some ice cream?" And they go, "Oh yeah, yeah." Just said yes. It's always
That's it.
no. It's broken. It's
Oh,
down.
we're sorry. We regret to inform you.
We're glad
that-
to inform you. Oh, you're gonna have to pay with card. Oh, Ian, they want to take the card through the window.
Yeah.
Oh, let me run it to the back real quick.
Yeah.
My
They
manager has
swap
to
it
take.
out.
He's got to make sure this is a legit credit card.
Yeah. He's what's the pin? Tell me that real
Yeah,
quick.
can you tell me the pin? What's your mother's maiden name? We just need to make sure it's working.
Oh, you know, there's a thing, I think it's called social engineering,
Mm-hmm.
where someone who's can basically get all kinds of information out of you just from having a normal conversation.
Oh yeah.
It happens completely naturally. And you're unaware of it.
Me and
So
you have talked about it a couple times.
we have.
Yeah.
Where someone's like, say, for example, you're at the bar, and someone comes up to you, and you just think it's a stranger, and they're trying to, I don't know, get into your bank account, and they just slowly ask you questions to where it feels like you're having a normal conversation,
Yep.
but to them, they're slowly drawing you to the eventual question of what is your mother's
There's
maiden name?
Actually, you don't say it like that. Though.
Yeah.
So usually when you meet somebody, you want to learn more about them so you can open up and find a
Mm-hmm.
connection. So first off, you go, "Hey, how are you? What's your name? How you doing? What are you doing here? Where are you from?" That's a big one.
That
there you
is
go.
a big
You have
one.
where your parents are from then. So
Yeah.
you go, "Oh, you from there? You live there your whole life?" Then you'd be like, "Oh, you think your parents were from there too then or whatever?"
Wait, what's your parents' name? I think my
Yeah, you do
parents might
something
know
like that.
yours.
You don't
Yeah.
go straight to you don't say the exact specific
Yeah.
term, but you get close to it.
Yeah, to the point where they don't even know it. They just thought they
Yeah,
had a
and you
normal
got to make sure that
conversation.
they can come back at you with questions too, because if you keep pounding on them, they're gonna lock up.
Yep,
It's
pretty
kind of like
much.
you got to go back and forth the right amount. And nowadays it's even easier. You just do it over the internet. You
Yeah.
don't even need to go to the bar.
No, yeah, you just call someone or
It's just,
something.
you just send them an email and say, "Hey, this is Microsoft."
It's a Nigerian.
It's like, "Hello, this is Microsoft."
I literally have gotten 5 calls this week from them.
For real?
From scammers.
I got
yeah.
one from Visa.
Really?
I started talking to the lady for a few minutes.
Usually I talk to the people, yeah.
yeah, but
Just talk to them for fun.
Yeah, just talk to them. Give them a little conversation.
Yeah, just waste their time pretty
Hey,
much.
how's it going? What is your car's number? 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I did that. They were asking something about my credit card, wanting to give me a lower interest rate. They're like, "Can we please have your card
Visa
number?"
or Mastercard?
Mastercard.
Yep.
Mastercard
That's the same
too.
one I
was
got.
like, first, I don't even have Mastercard.
No, yeah.
But they were like, "We want to lower your interest rates, and so are you ready? Can you tell us the number?" I was like, 12, 3, 4, 5. I just went started counting.
Oh,
yeah.
you did 12 first, so they wouldn't realize 1,
yeah.
2. Okay.
Yeah, just kind of add up the
That's
numbers.
actually a
as
good
I did it.
idea. Okay.
It's
Every
pretty
other one,
funny.
just do double digits, so they can't ever tie it together.
Yeah, it's
Are,
funny.
are you lying to me, sir?
No,
No, I don't lie. I don't lie.
they're always Indian. Not all the time, but I've gotten
Yeah.
majority of them
Mostly.
are from India.
Unless it's a robocaller, then it's in English.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
There's this guy I watch. I forget his YouTube name, but he uses this one Grabify. Basically, it encodes the link that he sends the scammer somehow. He gets them to click on it, and it encodes like a location tracker, so he can pinpoint exactly where they are. And usually they're in Nigeria, I think.
Oh, you know what? Now that you say that, I remember that, or like how they play bingo with him, like scammer bingo and stuff. So then you're sending them the file, or they make you download TeamViewer, and then you send over the file through there or something.
Yeah,
Installed.
it's-
What are you doing to my computer?
Stop it! It's really funny to see them mess with scammers.
Windows key on, as in Roger.
Yeah,
Remember we do that at school with the
yeah,
teachers.
we would. That was so much fun.
It was a classic.
But yeah,
Anything else you got for us today, Ian?
I think that's everything.
I think we got through our theories.
Yeah, we got
through our
conspiracy
weekly
theories,
updates.
weekly updates.
We've got some
New
plans
Year's
for the
resolutions.
future. We actually created a TikTok that I'll hopefully have up today,
Yeah,
as in
maybe.
3 days ago when you're watching this or
Mhm,
listening,
yeah.
wherever
As
you
much
are.
as I hate TikTok, well,
As much as you
post
hate it, you're gonna have to love it at some point.
uh,
It's part of our economy now.
unfortunately, yeah. Yeah.
TikTok, time is waiting.
hmm Well, if you liked what you heard, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast.
And don't forget to check out all our social medias.
That as well.
Ian says _TCP on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
Both usually have the same content on them, so whichever your preferred platform is, make sure to go check them out.
Yeah. And
And don't forget to check out the YouTube, also under Ian Says,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you can find video clips, and I put together a little animation compilation on there if you're trying to find them if you miss them or you can't
Yeah.
find them. It's a
Yeah,
little
change
easier.
the search to channels only so you can actually find it.
Yeah,
Because
you
it's
know.
still small.
You know,
like that.
actually, when you look up Ian Says, it starts showing up clips from Shameless, the TV show. If you've never heard of it,
Really?
it's a TV show, and it's one of them says some guy saying Ian, and then Ian saying some other guy's name. It's really weird. It's a compilation of people just saying your name.
That's weird.
It's pretty exciting.
But yeah. Huh.
Either way, we'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah. Peace.
Arrivederci.